Welcome to the Kentucky Live at EDU Quick Tips video series. In this video, we will be upgrading Entourage 2008 to Entourage WSE Web Services Edition to connect with our new Live at EDU inbox. A quick note while we get started is to identify where your data is stored, where your current email structure is stored. If you go to your hard drive, go to Users, browse to the user that you are logged in as, and go to your Documents folder. There's always going to be a folder if you're a current Entourage user for Microsoft user data. In this folder are several directories. You'll notice an Office 2008 identities. If you upgraded from Office 2004, you will have another folder called Office 2004 identities. Each version of Office copies or stores all email data in these directories. So I'm going to browse to Office 2008 identities, and there's a folder called main identities. You'll want to identify that folder and notice what is in it. There's a folder called database, and that is the main database of all of your structured offline or online emails. You can simply pull that file for a backup and use it to replace later on a new machine or the same machine after this upgrade to Web Services Edition. Entourage stores everything in the database. You can back up the database, which has all of Entourage's data, which would be email, contacts, tasks, etc. If you ever need to restore an old database, all you need to do is tell Entourage to open up that database, and you should be fine. Alternately, you could choose to simply take a folder and drag it to your desktop, and Entourage is going to copy all of the emails within that folder for you. Again, another way to back up your emails. You can also do the same thing within your calendar. So if I'm inside my calendar, I can drag and drop this specific calendar onto my desktop, and it's going to create an ICS file. Now let's get back to our upgrade to WSE. Let's first make sure to download the correct file. A link in the deployment guide will take you to this site, which is the Mac downloads page from Microsoft, Mactopia. If you scroll down to the bottom, the first download currently is Microsoft Entourage 2008 for Mac Web Services Edition. You want to make sure you click that. And then to the right, it's going to give you some details. And all we want to do is simply download the English version of the DMG, the install file. So you're going to click and save. Now let's install. Double click on the DMG. It will mount, and then double click on the icon for Web Services Edition. Click continue. Step through the process, continue. You have to agree, of course. Then you have to put your password in saying that you have the rights to install. This process is pretty quick. It's a pretty quick update. The install was successful. Now let's launch Entourage. And you'll notice that now you see a little tag called Web Services Edition on the pop-up image. Once Entourage opens, the very first thing it says is, do you want to start clean? Do you want to import from a previous version of Entourage? Or do you want to import from another email application? The middle option, import from a previous version of Entourage, is probably what you want to choose, and you want to accept that main identity as before. So now let's set the account up. Go to Account Settings, go to New Account, and all you're going to do is put in your email address. Check that your account's on an Exchange server. Entourage will find it. You want to allow for auto discovery and say always use my response. Allow. Put in your ID, which is your full email address. And in this case, john.wall@providence.kyschools.us. Say OK. and let it do its thing. Now let's verify the account setting was correct. You might have to do this a few times. It's telling me that there was something that was not correct, but I'm going to skip and go ahead and I'm going to name this account just John Wall WSE Demo. You can name it whatever you like. As soon as you complete that, Entourage WSE will connect to your account and start pulling in your information. You can start to see emails and calendar events coming in that you had already set in your account. That's it. It's that easy.